Hello, friends, family, soul family, everyone. Yeah, I really wanted to send out a message today on my birthday. Last time I did this was a couple years ago, and so much has changed. Like, I'm standing in our first home together in front of this beautiful poem called The Invitation that I heard about over a decade ago, 2 decades ago, and shared with my beloved Iris, and she loved it so much that she got permission to print it and create it on the wall behind me. My little one and my beloved are upstairs resting still. I don't know how long this will be, but we'll see. And who will watch it, it doesn't matter. It really is just a way to be with myself and with you. So much has changed, and I want to share a few things. Having a family, having so many ways of being or thinking that I thought were 100% true, just the way things were, just shift. Being taught by a little one all the things that I'm still holding on to. Even now changing, and we've got outside, it's hard to see, but a giant truck camper that we go adventuring with. It's a whole new way of camping and adventuring, but let's do it. Let's find adventure on the open road. And who knew 2 years ago that life would evolve this way? That we would have over a year where things are really challenging in terms of being restricted, it felt like. But what I want to say is the past 2 years have been like the best 2 years ever. I finally found my own freedom of my own expression, freedom to start seeing what I really want. And even then, sometimes it's hard. And I want to thank all the gifts that I've been given. There have been so many. Starting with right here, I'm holding on to a little necklace from Yvonne Rados of Intronaut. Yvonne and Lana have been such mentors and teachers to us, like our parents, our grandparents, our soul grandparents. And just finding a way for our family to really get together to see what's important and allow us to live life the way we want to. It's a consciousness, right? Allow, accept, and let go. And I'm wearing this beautiful robe that was gifted to me to help guide me and protect me in ceremonies as well. And I won't try to speak to its lineage because it's beyond my understanding right now, and that's all right. There's always more to learn. And I'm just shaking hands now. So in this best 2 years, there have been so many challenges. There have been times where I've lost lots of money, where I've realized I still keep doing the same patterns, where I feel stuck. Even around my birthday, I felt stuck again yesterday. I was like, why? And I realized it's just for me to learn. And that's the thing I've realized. How can I actually have gratitude whenever things seem to go wrong? I got sick a few weeks ago, and I just remembered Yvonne's words of saying thank you with gratitude, and I just said thank you to it over and over again for a couple of days. Well, I had fever, chills, aches, because that's what my body needed at this point to level up, to V. And then on my birthday, I got reminded I had some beautiful friends over, and just community, of friendship, of being able to be vulnerable and transparent, to speaking our truths. And I hope that everyone out there, I have faith that everyone out there is finding what they need. And if they're not, reminding you that it's a choice. I wrote down this morning, the only thing I wrote down is any habit can be learned if you really want to. And for me, I've been really good at breathing, at meditating these last couple of years. I have over 1,000 breath sessions, like just getting conscious and connected, but I wasn't moving as much. And it's almost like my little son was trying to remind me, you got to move more, Dad, because I'm going to be on the run all the time. And finally, just about a couple months ago, I got that inspiration to start moving. So every morning I do a little movement, and now it's Qigong is the biggest thing, which, funny enough, my beloved translated it for me into Cantonese, which is Hei Gong, which is breath work, literally. So it's just more breath work, but in a way that's moving and flowing. And my body's like, thank you. I needed to move some more. And I needed to find what I was good at and let go of what I'm not really good at. Because I wanted to be all these things to all these people. I wanted to do things to show that I had value. But really, what am I good at? I'm good at having amazing conversations, to catalyze ideas, to have visions for people, to help people breathe and get connected. But the business side, the structural side, those things, the other day, someone was trying to help me do a website, and I just had a few tasks to do, and I felt like ripping my whole body apart, and I realized that's why I've been avoiding it. It's just not my favorite thing to do. So how do I stick to the things that are my favorite thing to do? And I want to remind everyone out there that sometimes we think life is a reward. Like, I've done these good deeds and now I should be rewarded, because that's what we were taught. And that's one of the things that I thought too. And I'm smiling now because I can see it. It's almost in the Catholic Christian tradition. Like, you're a good person, you go to heaven. And not to say anything about that, because everyone has their own beliefs. But I believed that so much that I thought I'd been doing good work, that I'd have such an easy birth with my son. Like, it'd be so easy, and I would be able to show it off. We had this home birth with crystal bowls, loving, natural, all this stuff. And instead it escalated into the ICU, escalated into C-section, escalated into intubation for my little one. And just at one point, because I used to train as a pediatrician, it was just about an hour after birth, and just seeing the whole room had cleared out. And there were doctors there, and they were doing an ultrasound of the heart. And I was on my own because my beloved was healing from the C-section. And there was a moment that I thought, oh, man, I don't want this. I don't want this for you. I don't want this for me. But really, let's be honest, I don't want this for me. That little kid inside that wanted to go back in time to load an old save game, because part of me knew that one of the possibilities was a major heart malformation, and all the things that it meant, and all the life-limiting ways that it meant, and all the ways it can destroy families because it's so challenging. And I thought, no, I don't want that. And I had to actually be with it and notice it, and then say, do I want to keep living this life? Because I used to do that, and I still do that sometimes, where I just want things to change, or am I willing to be present with what is? And in that moment, I remembered my teachings with Intronaut and Yvonne and Lana, and I realized I'm just going to be present with what is. And as I did that, I breathed, and then I found out it was pulmonary hypertension, totally reversible. And I was like, I won the lottery. And for the next 10 days we were in the ICU, everyone was like, wow, what's going on? Why are you so happy? And I realized, it doesn't matter. There's possibility here. And since then, I've been able to realize every day with him has been a gift. I can't control life. I really can't. And every time I try to, things come back to bite me. So how can I just accept life the way it's been and realize that I have the impact to change things right now and stay present with it? And that's just one of the teachings. And this is the thing that wants to be said. So during one of my meditations after he was born, our little sage, I got the message of 3 things that he really wanted me to remember. He's like, 1, Dad, I always have choice. No matter what you think is best for me, I always have choice. Number 2 is you feel to heal. Every time you feel, you're healing it. You're not just passing down that old wound, that old pain to me. And it's funny because he's always laughing whenever I'm crying in front of him for any reason. It's almost like he's like, thank you finally for letting that go. And 3, everything you believe is the truth is just a belief. And that's been a really challenging one, because there's some things that feel so strong, like it's the truth, but he's like, that's just a belief. And beliefs can change. We don't actually know the real world. We don't actually know reality. We interpret it. We believe we know it better. And it's okay that we do. But there have been so many things that have shifted for me because I realize now every time I pick something up, it's just like, this is just my current belief. And it helps me have compassion for others who have different beliefs because they're allowed to, based on their life experiences. Right? Can we see each other just for the humans that we are and not have to agree all the time either? And then he reminded me about play and wonder. And so our number one role right now is to play with them and spread wonder and be curious with them. Can we see through his eyes what the world is like? And have adventures from there and stay young and healthy and connect with people, because even though, like I said earlier, I've lost a lot of money at times, I've gained so much wealth and abundance. And the abundance and security of life really is from the community. We have such a robust community. We've seen and been with so many people and had such deep conversations that I realized we're never going to be left on our own in a cardboard box in a street. And how do we keep building more of that instead of just more money in the bank that makes us feel safe and protected? Having more money in the bank is wonderful in a way, though, too. We're not trying to avoid it, because then you can actually actualize your dreams and create more miracles. But that's not the most important thing. And I've stopped chasing that as much. I'm still human, so I'm still working on it and still learning. And so I just want to thank a few people. There's so many. I trained with breath work with Robin Clements and Breath Wave, and that's going to be the next wave of my offering. I've been gifting it away for free, and finally, recently, my dear friends at Medallion Investments, Bryce and Camille, are working with me to create something that's coming up next so that we can offer things for free and help create more wealth, prosperity, and abundance. And I'm so excited to do that with you. They've changed our lives. It was after we met them, shortly after, that we were able to purchase our first home. And now every time I go through my stuff again, because I still go through the same patterns, I've got someone to reach out to. What's next? How do I overcome this old money wound, shame, all that stuff? Which reminds me of my dear friends Mike and Yeely, who are just about to give birth. They are the connectors that brought us together. They're the ones that have reminded us how possibility can change in the time that they found each other, found love, found family. It's been miraculous. It's been in this past 2 years. So that's something to remind me. Any major change, sometimes our mind thinks it's going to take a long time, but if you really want it, be ready, because it can happen anytime. Then I've got some dear healers, Blue Thunder Woman, Sky, Judy. They've all been impacting us so much, helping Iris and I see each other differently. And I never looked at these terms, and I still don't really look at these terms of like twin flame, but it came through so clearly that Iris and I are twin flames that it's beautiful. We challenge each other. We're really, the word that wants to come up is pushing each other towards growth, but it's really almost inviting each other. But sometimes it feels like it's burning. Yeah, sometimes it feels like it's just like hellfire to walk through, but it really is out of love. And that's the thing I've learned most, is often I get triggered, but I forget that's from the people I love the most. And can I see the love? Which reminds me, I really want to thank all those in my life, especially those I grew up with, my parents, my brother, all those people that I can remember more clearly the ways that they've poked and triggered me, but less about all the ways that they've grown and healed and served me and served us. And I just want to send so much love out for all the people, not just the friends, but all the ones that have had disagreements with, that I've been angry at. And I'm practicing letting go of that. I'm practicing. It's still there a little bit. I can tell sometimes. There still is rage within me. And I can hear my little one crying upstairs as he's waking up. And he reminds me often, yeah, it just has to come and go. You can cry and then let it go. So what next? This year we're going to create a whole new foundation. We're going to find a new way of living. I don't know how it's going to be yet. This home has been perfect for us. And it's a perfect time to let it go. It's not our future. So who knows where we're going to be next? We'll keep you posted. But that's the goal for the summer, is to create such a foundation for our home, such a foundation for our ability to generate wealth and abundance, and just a lot of fun and play. And so we're going to do lots of that. And at the same time, whenever I can, I'm going to come up and support people, whether it's with breath, whether it's with ideas, loves, conversations, just seeing them the way they are. And so feel free to reach out anytime. Notice if you're just saying hello, and that's okay on Facebook. I don't use Facebook or social media anymore. I'm posting this only because I want to post it here, and I'll try to reply to some of you. But those who know me have got my number. Text me, telegram me, signal message me, email me. Those are the ways to really get a hold of me, and really call me. Let's get together. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a barbecue. Let's go camping together. I know that life may be a little bit busy right now, so the funny thing is we often have to be reminded, how do we be really intentional with our social calendar? Because there's so much time that we just need to be. Like me, for sure, is someone who just needs lots of time on my own. So please take the time for yourself, love yourself, and know that I can't wait to drive across the border down south, across the country, but we're not there yet in terms of getting ourselves ready that far. We're just doing some local trips first. And hopefully, anyone who hasn't breathed with me yet, soon will have some free offerings, and would love to be with you there, because it's such a different way to connect. Even if we've known each other for years, I'd love to know you in that way. So I'll leave this for now with just one last prayer. One of the things that I often say during breath is I invite people to notice that Mother Earth below us, she wants us to pollute her. But she wants us to pollute her with our pain, our attachments, our sorrows, our griefs, our shames, our worries, our fears, our anger, our resentment, our frustration, our wounds, our not enough, our unworthiness. All the stories that we tell ourselves. That's what she wants us to pollute her with. Pollute her all the way down to her core, in every which way. Because when we do that, when we pollute her with that, we don't hold on to it and be attached to it the same way. Because when we're attached to it, then we try to make up for it. And one of the biggest ways we make up for it is with this materialism. I'm going to cover myself with more stuff. I'm going to buy stuff. I'm going to use stuff and consume stuff, not because I really want to. Because if I really want to and I consciously do it, that's amazing. But I do it to numb myself, to dumb myself down, to not feel what's actually going on, to not feel this pain, this rage, this sorrow, this grief, this shame, to try to get through the day somehow. So remember, we're not here to survive. We're not here to change the world, I don't even think. We're just here to become us even more, to find out who we really are. And if you're not sure of that yet, you're just like everyone else, because I don't even know who I am yet, and that's okay. But every day I'm willing to reveal more of it and see it. So love you, looking forward to connecting. Bye for now.